Hello, beautiful beings. I just recorded a whole video and I said my oldest daughter's name. So I'm home. I have all the stuff out of my Subaru, and Doozer's sleeping. He was pretty stressed out, but I didn't feel stressed at all as they were hooking onto my car. It was just a pop quiz and I was able to stay incredibly calm, cool, and collected. My gummies hadn't even kicked in yet when my car started making that noise. And yeah, I was feeling 100% sober, and I could feel I was witnessing it. Yeah, that's all there is to it. Being rooted in presence feels like I'm witnessing everything, because I am. There's nothing to get upset about because it will get taken care of. I don't have that fear, and this is the only way that I can tell if that fear is gone or not, if I've removed those triggers. And my car breaking down has definitely been a trigger. It has been a trigger. I saw what came up. My heart was pounding. I felt sick to my stomach for about a minute. And I was just like, okay. But I checked my internal weather. I checked my emotions. I'm like, I feel good. Yeah. I don't feel anxiety. I didn't have a sick stomach anymore. And I was automatically zoomed to the outcome. Just, yeah, you'll have your car back before you know it. You'll have a ride to work. It always works out. I had to use logic for so long. Yes, it always works out. Use those affirmations. But I just knew, just because of practice. And that's what reconditioning is having the affirmations up all over our walls. Reconditioning, intercepting the best we possibly can the automatic thoughts that a fearful situation can bring up. And then before you know it, one day, like myself, I am living proof it won't bother you at all, even without gummies. Now they have kicked in, now that I got home. It was just all so perfect timing. And I am more balanced even with the gummies than I ever have been. I am going to just put the amount that I feel is medicinally perfect for me. I'm going to put it in with my budget. Because I'm just I don't know. Did I say that? Yeah, I did. 20 seconds before my car was going bang, bang, bang. I was thinking about the money that I was saving up. So I would just have it in case, even if my car broke down, I would just have the money and I wouldn't have to borrow it. And then bang, bang, bang. I was just like, oh, isn't that ironic? And I heard somebody talking about that Alanis Morissette song yesterday. Isn't that ironic? Yeah, I was just talking about it. But that's okay. It was a mini warning, they're saying. So, and it affirmed that it was sounding a bit loose yesterday or the day before. Sometimes I don't know if it's just me being sensitive or if I'm actually hearing something. But it's so divine because like Esther Hicks says, there's a solution to the problem before it happens. And I didn't know what she meant by that, but I knew it was true when she said it. And she gave examples too. And in my own life, I hadn't seen it yet, but I see it now. And I feel like it didn't break yet, whatever is going on with my car, but it was loose. And it was telling me that it was loose. And I stopped fast. So fast. As fast as I possibly could, I stopped. Yeah. And I was on that tow truck driver. He was just like, I'm going to drive it around the block. I said, no, really? Really? You're going to drive? Well, I just want to see if it's making that noise still. He said, what was it? What did it sound like again? I said, it sounded like bang, 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 bang. I said, it was so freaking loud. I was driving 45 miles an hour and I was hoping it was somebody else's car. There's a car alarm going off. This saved my life. Ancients, please shut that alarm off. My car breaking down saved my life. That's all there is to it. I have no doubt in my mind. Nope. That car alarm is a warning for me. It's not a warning like, oh my God, I'm going to be all, no. It's just be extra cautious. Yeah, there are creepers about. There are always creepers about. But, I mean, not in my vicinity. But there could be. I don't know what the warning is, but it happened. My car alarm in my car started going off, and I kept having this vision of wrecking at this certain point, and on the highway, every day. And I was just like, okay, that's kind of freaking me out. And I knew I needed to get a CV joint fixed in my Jetta at the time, but I didn't realize how bad it was. And that day, my car wouldn't start. No, wait, what happened? My sister asked me if she could borrow my car because her dual tanker truck that she hauled jet fuel in, she didn't have it that day. So I said, yeah, absolutely. And so she borrowed it and drove it right to Les Schwab. She said it felt so unstable. And the Les Schwab guy drove it like 5 feet. And he said, I can't believe somebody's been driving this car. It was terminal. Yeah, it would have cost thousands of dollars to fix whatever was wrong in the front. And he said that, I mean, they got it up on the hoist and they just like took the wheel off. My life was saved. If I would have drove it, that would have been the day that I wrecked. Because I was seeing it clearly. I even told the person I went through the twin flame lesson with, I told him the vision that I kept having at the same exact point. And then I told him, I said, holy shit, okay, something's going on because, well, why didn't I bring it in? I don't know. I have no idea why I didn't just, because I was still learning to heed the warnings. In hindsight, it was plain as day. The visions, I mean, it was just the same vision at the same point every single day for about a week, six or 7 days. And that's pretty long. And then the day that I would have wrecked, then my sister took it. Yeah, that's being divinely saved. My life is divinely saved. And they're reminding me that those are exit points. When we come to planet Earth, when we sign up for this trip, this intense school, it's a very intense school. It's so intense. But we have 5 exit points. That's what I learned from Sylvia Browne. And, I've definitely been saved from those 5 exit points. Not all 5 of them. I think maybe 3. Yeah, 3 exit points I've been saved from specifically because I'm not ready to go. I'm not using any of my exit points. No way, man. I'm going to be here until I'm 105 years old. My grandmother told me so after she dropped her physical form that night. Yeah, so yeah, we are all growing at such a rapid rate, and we would love to hold song with any man of humanity that is really hurting right now, because things are just, they are really shifting fast. It has to be that way because planet Earth just absolutely can't take any more abuse, and neither can females specifically. Some males, of course, if they're more in the divine feminine than the men of humanity. Not that there isn't anything divine about the men of humanity, but when we say men of humanity, it is pointing towards, they're showing me, the state that a lot of divine masculine are in right now. And those are the ones that are hurting. And the ones that aren't hurting, the ones that have already leveled up, the ones that have faced their ascension head on, they are helping those men ascend also. Like a lot of us divine feminine are helping other feminine to ascend from, their old conditioned ways of being. It's very exhilarating. Yeah, it's very exciting. I love being a being doula. It's more gratifying than anything I could have ever possibly imagined. Watching a woman like Moonstar just bloom into such a strong woman, from Mousy, her, I used to call her just a couple times because that's what the ancients were calling her. It may sound really mean, but she was just like, oh yeah, oh absolutely, yeah. And we saw her today standing in her stirrups on her stallion. We see a white and gray stallion, and she has her sword fully erect. At times we're like, we can't even see your effing horse, Moonstar. Where's your horse? Yeah, and we'll get a laugh out of her. Tonight it was so cute because she started crying at one point. And I said, I'm not crying for you. They're not giving me enough tears. And they were saying, we're not giving you enough tears to cry uselessly anymore. Not specifically, especially not for somebody else. Yeah, I used to cry for Moonstar. We laugh about it. Because I was so, I've just always taken on other people's emotions. And if they're not used to feeling their own emotions, then I was automatically taking on hers. And I was just like, wait, do you feel like crying right now? And I'd feel all choked up. And, same as if I wanted to cry. There's no difference. That's why it's so confusing. It feels like it's mine, but there's no reason for it. But I'm definitely on the verge of tears right now. And she'd say, yes. I'd say, well, then why aren't you crying? Because before I was just automatically crying for her, and it kind of set off a chain reaction, but it was diluting her tears, her experience. The experience that crying gives us, it changes us at a cellular level. It literally changes us for the better when we cry. And men have been conditioned. That's why it makes it harder for them. That's why they appear to be more stubborn, is because they've been so deeply conditioned to not feel their emotions that they're basically learning how to. A lot of them are right now. And I've been learning lessons lately at a very rapid pace to have way more automatic compassion for a man. Not passivity. Being a healer, as we were saying, doesn't always look like being kind. Yeah, if a man is being inappropriate and he thinks he's being artistic, I'm going to tell him he's being disgusting. Exactly how I see it. You don't talk to a lady like that. Absolutely not. No, I can feel the tone of your text. So if you're genuinely ever surprised at my response, you'll feign you will feign surprise at my response, or lack thereof. Man, they're so scholarly, aren't they? You will feign surprise, but you'll know why. You'll know that I can feel the text, the tone, your tone. I can feel your vibe. I can feel if you're genuine, because it doesn't feel like taking from me, like you need anything from me. Desperation feels a lot different. This kind of desperation, the kind of desperation that is necessary to hold satsang, is not a taking type of desperation in any way. It's please help me. I literally cannot live like this one more day. I can't breathe. I cannot breathe. Please help me. And we'll break your waters, and we'll help you through it, and we'll birth you out of where you've been. And it's a process. It's a process. Sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. But it will always materialize if we work for it. And that's one of the cliches. I've been talking about AA so much lately. I'm not really sure why. I mean, it was a big part of my life, but that's not why I'm talking about it. I've just learned so many beautiful things there. And the more we practice it, it was just there was so much to absorb when I went for a little over 8 years. I keep hearing myself say 8.5. It wasn't. It was like 8 years and 2 months. When I started saying my name, and I watched this happen, when I started saying my name and nobody was saying my name, like hello and then my name, it was the weirdest feeling. It was like I felt absolutely embarrassed. Oh, that's interesting. It was embarrassing. It really was embarrassing. It wouldn't be now. I wouldn't give a shit. I'd be like, well, this is strange. I feel like I'm on a different planet. And that's what it felt like, because that's how I knew. That's how I felt like there was yet another beautiful teacher coming to me. But I generally have to let go of what I'm immersed in right now until, before I receive the new. And so I started that process, and it was a while. I did a last ditch effort, 30 meetings in 30 days. And I didn't become another literature chair, but I was in as much as I possibly could be. And I just wasn't feeling it. No, it was different. It's like when we're in a relationship, and I mean, we just couldn't even imagine not being with that person, and then it's gone. Too much has happened. It's just gone. We've grown too much. We're not a match vibrationally. That's always the perfect place to bring it around to. It's nothing personal. It just feels like it is. It's just vibrational. That's not going to go over too big if you're talking to somebody and breaking up with them. And if somebody says that you're really cold, it seems like it doesn't even bother you. It's because the female, whether you're masculine or feminine, identify as that, has already been processing this for like a year, telling the other person, what the problem is, even though they already know. They already know. I was with a narcissist. It was the longest I'd like the record amount of times that I had broke up with somebody and got back together. 2 engagements. And finally he said, he said, I know I shouldn't be telling you this right now. We had just gotten back together, and so he was being like super, super loving. And he said, I know I shouldn't be telling you this right now. And I remember exactly where I was, standing in his apartment. That's what happens when there's a major ha. He said, when a man tells you that they don't know, they do. Oh, I laughed until I was just I could barely breathe. And he said, I have a feeling I'm going to regret this. And he did. He really regretted it later, because he could no longer use it. And at that moment, he realized just how much he had used that. Yeah, I don't know. He was really good at acting like he really didn't know. Like very, very innocent. Yeah. So, okay. I think that's it for now. I'm getting hungry. And I'm going to make sure Doozer's fine. See if he needs a little hemp oil. I think I'm going to give him a break on that. Yeah, I think it may be making him a bit too tired. All right. slotsongwithmamag@gmail.com. That's it for now. I'm just double checking. I just don't want to make them too long. I don't want to make the videos too long. Nobody wants to watch a really long video. Well, I used to. I still do. Yeah, depending on who it is. Yeah, that's right. We love you so much.